Hi travelers, Tara here, and we're going to be doing a Scorpio new moon reading. Before we get started, I have not even shuffled the cards. Uh, so I'll be shuffling them live. How about that? First, I wanted to thank all of you who have been emailing me behind the scenes and sending me prayers, thoughts, wishes. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. I was completely caught off guard and unaware. It has been a long time since I've had a flashback, and so it really, really threw me for a loop. And so I want to thank you guys a whole lot for your compassion and your empathy and your love and your concern and your support. The next thing I want to do is I want to answer, I think it was Gemini Dream, about the cards. The cards that I'm using are where are they? Here they are. It is the Golden Nostradamus Tarot. Okay. And I like these cards a whole lot. I find myself using them quite often. But basically, I typically use them when I'm using the Lost Tarot, okay, as a wrap-up. That's that. And then let me see, because I want to get the name right. Somebody contacted me. They left a message on the under the video. Hold on. Telling me that the moon was going to be in Taurus, but then it moved to Gemini. I think that's right. And so I don't see where my messages are because I don't even know what's happening here. So I want to thank you for that because I know I saw it. I was using my Moon app. I'm sorry I don't have your name here. I was using my Moon app, and when I clicked on Deluxe Moon, and when I clicked on it, it definitely showed me, again, it's showing me the full moon in Taurus, and then it moves to Gemini on the 20th. So that's absolutely correct. Well, this app is showing me the full moon in Taurus, and then, like you said, it moves into Gemini later that day. So that was correct. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. I couldn't figure out what was happening there, but I see it, and I don't know why I clicked on the 19th, but there it is. So thank you for updating that for me as well. I appreciate it. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a general reading. It's not for any specific sign. And the time frame, we're going to give it a couple of weeks up to the full moon. If you're new to my channel, just kind of hang in there and pay attention, and I want to welcome you. My style of reading, I think, is a bit different from most tarot card readers that you see here on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance, you can view the monthly elemental videos that I just posted, elemental fire, water, air, and earth. Those are posted under the November playlist. And for website members, I am working on the 12 individual monthlies to go up on the website. You don't have to be a member if you want to come over and view those for yourself. I do have I think it's a 48 or 72 hour pass. I think it's like $3. It might be $2.50. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember what the price is. Where you can come over and you'll have 2 to 3 days access to view the videos there as many times as you'd like, where you need to make notes or whatever the case may be. So you can always come over and do that. I am getting back into the habit of writing. I've been having a long discussion with Jessica Adams, and she's like, you were born to write. And so I stopped writing for a while, and I really need to get back to writing. So I'm going to be getting back to writing. My wrist is a little janky. I think I built a house yesterday. I finally got my greenhouse up a couple of months ago, maybe, I think it was. And so I spent all day yesterday putting together my potting table and my other table and moving stuff inside. We had a cold front come through, and I know this is going to sound weird to y'all who used to cold weather, but down here when the temperature drops to 50, it's cold. Our average temperature during the summertime is like 100, 110. Okay, so, that's a big 50-degree drop. And we literally went from 81 degrees to like 52. That's a 30-degree drop. And so it's kind of chilly this morning. And so I wanted to get my tables and stuff in there. So some of my more tender plants, I could pull in out of the ones that ain't supposed to be down below, 70 degrees, put them in there and save them. I finally got my vegetable garden. I'm trying square foot gardening. And I have a 6x6 raised bed. And I'm planting in that. So I've got out broccoli, Swiss chard, carrots, spinach, several different types of lettuces, some catnip for the cat, but I think it's going to be too chilly right now, so I don't even see it coming up. So I'll probably plant out something else. I'll probably do some potatoes, do those in pots, and maybe some onions. We'll see, or scallions or something. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing. Going to therapy every Monday at 11 o'clock. And that's been helping me out a lot. And then, spending the time out in the yard and in the garden has really been helping me. So that's my update that I've got going on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around. I'm gonna take this brace off so I can handle the cards. I don't know if it's carpal tunnel, if it's arthritis. I don't know what it is. It's been like that for like 3 months. So, all right. Let me go ahead and turn the camera around, and we're going to do a live shuffle here. I do like for you, those of you who are new to the channel, I do like for you guys to see me shuffle the cards. That way I'm not just like got cards out and making up stuff. So here we go. These are hopefully will be the highest messages. If this message does not resonate with you, fear not. There still will be something in it for you, that I can promise, that you may be able to use at some point in time, right away. Alright, I'm going to put one more. I'm going to divide these up. That's usually how I like to I will be clarifying with Levita Sibila. And depending on what the reading is about, this will determine the oracle card that I pull. All right? I'm going to split the cards. Here we go. We're going to do 9 cards down. Okay? The Hermit. The 6 of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. The King of Swords. The 6 of Swords. Wow. I now have 2 6s. Wow. The 8 of Cups. Okay, so we are dealing... Well, let me continue before I say anything. The 8 of Swords. Wow. I have 2 8s. The Moon. So this is our timing. Wow. Someone's about to leave. And the Page of Wands. Wow. Most definitely we're dealing with an air sign male. This is masculine energy. So we're looking at the sign of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay. What is over the whole reading? It is the Star card. Wow. That's quite interesting. Well, I'll come back to the Star card in a moment. I have 2 court cards, 2 major arcana, 1 coin, 1 cup, and 1, 2, 3, 4 swords, and a wands card. Now, coins represent finances, the material realm, but also the doing of something. Swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communications. Cups represent the emotional quotient, how you feel, how someone else feels, what's going on inside you emotionally. Wands represent your focus, your determination, your fire, your passion. First off the bat, it's always significant when we have repeater numbers. And so I have 2 6s and 2 8s. So let me give you this information because I'm a little baffled by something, to be honest with you. 2 6s can mean issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. 2 8s, you will receive news that affects the relationship. That's one interpretation. The second interpretation of the repeater numbers, we have 2 6s tell of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. 2 8s implies that there is a slight concern in regards to a new romance relationship or partnership. And this is what I'm saying. I feel that what I am looking at is past, present, future interplay of the cards. A single man, as a profession, he would be a doctor, a dentist, a surgeon, a soldier, a police officer, not necessarily a firefighter, but, you know, we can throw him in there because sometimes they use sharp tools to get the job done. A writer, an editor, a publisher, remember, words, thoughts, communications, ideas, and or he could be a scientist, some place or some type of profession in which keen intellect is needed to get the job done. All right? So he's single, and I think he's been single for a while. Or he's someone who's rather aloof, studious, kind of standoffish. I think this is what this 8 of Swords is about. Trying to figure out what this guy's all about. The reason why I'm saying this is because I've seen the 6 of Pentacles show up as the player card sometimes when it's a guy who's got 2 chicks on the side, or I don't know, 2 guys on the side, whatever the case may be, right? We also see this idea of this man in a boat with this woman and child. I guess these are a woman and child. We don't know, the figures covered up, but we can see that one's larger than the other one, right? Now, this is our focus. This card can sometimes presage the breakup or severance of a relationship. This is about moving from stormy water to calmer waters. Okay? As you can see, we have the swords at rest here. Before it was a 6, it was a 5. So this tells me that there was some conflict, some arguments and disagreements. The way the swords are separated are important to me as well, because here we have those 5 swords. And over here we have 2 swords. Kind of not exactly sure perhaps what to think about the situation. But we see, and I think the person leaves in a hurry. And the reason why I say that is we have this movement of these 2 cards. You know, they get out of Dodge, around water, by water, near water. They leave at night. Now, I find this 8 of Cups interesting as well, because this card represents the only, it has the only eclipsed moon in the deck. So this could be something related to some type of solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, maybe even a minor eclipse. It is a moon. Okay, it is the moon. This is the emotionality of it. Even this whole row of swords, the Ace of Swords is a yes card. All aces are yeses, right? So if your question is the person going to leave? Yes, that's the answer. Justifiable trust and faith in my partner. Can I trust this person? Yes. Okay. So what this could be is, I'm feeling that it's two situations. This is about perhaps someone who's in a relationship already, if not married to this King of Swords, and you've been suspecting that the person has been cheating. They've been aloof and distant. Maybe they've been traveling a little bit for their business, although, and the reason why I say traveling is because it's a movement, okay? So if you are on the other side, if you're the second party in this situation, the question is, will the person go back to their family? Yeah, they will. Okay. It is this Page of Swords, and this is the news affecting the relationship. Someone is going to be getting the news, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. Someone else will be getting the news, you know what, I'm done with that person, or I'm done with that. Okay. Definitely triggered by the moon. Coming back to the Star card. The Star card is a card of hopes, wishes, and dreams. It is about being extremely comfortable with who you are within yourself. It is about the greater good, so to speak, with that Aquarian theme coming in. Sisterhood and brotherhood. So no matter if you are the wife, the spouse, the partner, or you the side person, everybody either has been in this type of situation or knows somebody who's been inside this situation at some point or other. Okay. Brotherhood and sisterhood. But this card also represents the idea of Venus. Venus is not always just about love and beauty and harmony. She is really about fairness and justice. She rules both the sign of Taurus and Libra. Libra, the house of partnership and or contracts. Taurus, the sign of personal wealth or finances or personal worth and value, self-esteem. So you're not alone. People have been through this before. People will continue to go through this type of situation as long as there's humankind on the face of the earth. What I want to do is take a look at, I can't look at these two cards because traditionally they represent people. This card, I'm stuck in a situation and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. I can't get out. I can't leave. I can't stay. You put me in this position. No, nobody put you in this position. You are in this situation of your own making. And sometimes this can be a very difficult thing to deal with, right? What this leaves me with is the Six of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords as they relate to the Hermit and the Moon card. All right? I think the person thought long and hard about, excuse me, whatever it is they were doing. And maybe they have suffered some, I don't know, pangs of guilt and remorse. It's not the Five of Cups, it's the Eight. So, Six of Pentacles. Let's see here. With the Star card, tells you to keep up good work as an exciting new cycle is about to begin. You will soon be experiencing a new beginning or a new cycle, no matter how this turns out. And it is a message not to give up, as it is important that you persist as success is near. Keep trying despite setbacks and obstacles. These are just tests. A new, easier cycle is about to begin, but you must first deal with the issues at hand. That's the meaning of that card. With another 6 on either side, implies that harmony and happiness will soon be prevalent in your life, but be content to let things take their natural course, all in its right time. But someone is definitely leaving. They're walking away from something or someone. That's what this card is telling me. Okay? Ace of Swords. Now, this is interesting because the Ace of Swords is the excessive degree of everything. So not only is it a yes card, it could be the idea that you're very worried about something, right? And being that this is looks to be a rather, I don't want to say abrupt, or I think it's something that if you suspected, you've known. If you think the person is going to leave and return back to their former life, you already know this, regardless of what. This is the North Star. This is showing you really with clarity. And that's what this card to me is representing, clarity. You know exactly what's happening. And so this is about being prepared to accept whatever the decision is, right? That's what this is. This card can imply a feeling of sadness, depression, anxiety, and wasted efforts. It carries with it the expectation that things will not work out as planned. It implies there is a focus on a critical and potentially volatile situation and circumstance. You may find yourself in a position of having to take action or make a decision under stressful circumstances. It is important that you keep your emotions balanced in order to make the correct decision. When this card appears, something is about to change and it will have far-reaching consequences. This is a card of great power and force. That's what it says. Doesn't tell me anything next to these cards. The 6 of Swords. Implies that some upheaval or sudden changes have already taken effect, and a time is coming for you to assimilate what you have learned in the process. This card may be foretelling of a long journey or trip, which could be due to a holiday, vacation, or business trip. It may even be indicating a move to a new home or a change of career or job position. It indicates leaving a negative situation after much consideration and planning. It tells of feeling powerless in a situation. It may be foretelling of the end of a partnership or relationship. It says, while suggesting that this may be an indication of the severing of a partnership or relationship or close ties that will be cut with a friend or associate, these reasons, the exact reasons for this, if not already obvious, will become very clear and obvious in a short time. With the Moon, it is an indication that it would be advisable to be sure of any changes you intend to make, as the full picture is not yet clear. All the details have not yet come together, so it would be beneficial to put things on hold at this time and wait until the time is right. And I think the moon, between now and the full moon, is when this decision is going to be made. Okay? Now, the 8 of Swords. tells you to pay attention as some long-awaited news or information is on its way to you. It can indicate someone who is fearful of moving out of a situation and feelings of confusion and a lack of clarity. What I like about this card is it tells you that no matter what it is, you are not bound in such a way that you can never be free. Okay? So this implies a temporary situation, whatever it is. Okay? But it is also about the inability to make firm choices and decisions. It tells of fear, hurt, and confusion. The Hangman. With swords on all sides. This could also be an indication, that doesn't necessarily fit. And I don't do health readings. Okay. And now I skipped over this 8 of Cups, but I'm going to come back now to this 8 of Cups. Because I think that this, I don't know if this has been 8 months. After 8 months, someone is walking away from something. And no matter what, 8s always imply a positive energy. There's a change coming. You may have been caught up in events or were or are involved in a situation that is complicated and costly. You may cut all ties with this event and will not give them a thought once they are in the past. A drastic sweeping change may be called for. Implies that long-laid plans have come to a halt and you may feel stuck. It suggests that it is time to accept and move on in your life. Now, what is interesting is that it says that there's an indication that a new interest is on its way into your life. This could be by way of personal relationships or the exciting experience of new knowledge gained. It indicates a situation where the only solution is to let go. Regardless of how much energy or effort has been put into it, if it is still not working, the only option is to abandon it. Do not waste any more of your time or effort. This card carries with it a sense of sadness, resignation, and acceptance, which is exactly what I was saying. Now, if you decide, chick, and old boy is going back to his wife and family, well, the truth was, he was never yours to begin with. You were kind of either borrowing him or renting him out, whatever the case may be. And so why have somebody else's man when you can have your own man? And if you really are seeking that type of relationship where there's an intimacy and a closeness, you're not really going to get that with the married man. Well, you're only going to get it to a certain extent. So if you free yourself of this relationship, then you are free to go out and find your own man and have the kind of relationship that you are looking for or that you desire. What I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is pull cards on this 6 of Swords here. Okay. Actually, no. They tell me to pull cards on this Hermit because there's something else the Hermit is trying to say. To me, it's as if everything has been frozen in time, or at least it's not been moving the way, and someone is seeking the answers for this. Well, the answer is they got somebody else. That's the answer, okay? Then I'm going to pull cards on that 6 of Swords. It's quite clear. The Precious Presence. The Desperate Jealousy. And the Fortuna card, which is a protection. And now on this 6, I'm going to pull cards across the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. This is quite clear. This is the person has someone else, and they've always had someone else. And I think one way or the other, you've known this, whether you were the someone else or whether you were the regular partner. You've always known this. Maybe you suspected it and you didn't say anything, whatever the case may be. But, you have to teach people how to treat you. If not, they'll treat you any old kind of way. The Vecchia Signora. The La Namica. And the Falsità. This is quite clear. Quite clear. The precious presents. Basically, the precious presents can be anything. It could be money, gifts, jewels, baubles, clothes. It's usually associated with living the high life, so to speak. All of the fantastic things that money and wealth can provide you, or these gifts. But sometimes this card is basically just about advice. Some precious advice that is given to you. Okay? And what it means is that you're going to have the freedom to act as you wish in whatever this situation is. Let's see. Now, the card says, oh, I'm not reading it right. Hold on. I just want to make sure I got it right. Okay, that's not what it's saying. This is pretty much, what it says. When it's next to negative cards, it speaks about blocks. And that in love matters, it indicates two people with different ambitions. If this guy's already married or already in a committed relationship, he ain't gonna leave them and go with you. You got different ambitions. And it speaks about a couple who has grown apart. But it can also indicate superficiality and attachment to money and status rather than true love. If it's not that, then it's basically the tendency to fall in love with the wrong person. Okay? Now here with the Desperate Jealousy, which I find to be quite an interesting card. It's not the Widower. I think he's the 8. That's another 8 of Swords. Okay? So to speak. The card is called Consumed with Jealousy. Okay? Now, in love, it indicates extreme jealousy, envy, possessiveness, as well as selfish love centered around self-gratification or social climbing. Love, if it can still be called love, comes with a heavy price to pay. In any kind of relationship, it indicates a lack of trust and a loss of self-respect. Remember, that's what I was talking about. It warns that you may be about to trust someone who will ultimately lead you to your ruin. The card heralds slanders, backstabbing, and gossip. Now, in a way, you've been kind of protected from that because the Fortuna card is just that. But this is not blind luck. Normally we see Fortuna blindfolded. This is not blind luck. This is the idea that what has happened, has come about, is what is supposed to happen. It's the 5. Okay? And basically, it just says that No matter how a situation may look from the outside, okay, this is about divine providence. Not blind luck, but divine providence. Okay? Now, on the Six of Swords, we have these three negative cards. We have the La Vecchia Signora, La Nemica, and the Falsità. Now, I don't know if you, on a side, you trying to get back at this guy or whatever the case may be. I would say don't waste your time. But hey, you do you. The La Vecchia Signora in this instance is showing up. She is the Two of Spades. So somewhat like the Two of Swords. And she's showing up in this instance as a situation. So let me explain to you what she means. Excuse me. It indicates someone who is attached to their family, to traditional views of love, and to the love of one's extended family. It can indicate a deep love, not based on shallow motives or physical appearance, but based on common interest and a true soul connection. And that's pretty much what it says. But here, it also can sometimes indicate slow changes. Things that will evolve, will solve themselves over time. But what you have here is the other woman. The rival. The La Nemica. And I want you to pay close attention. She is the Queen of Swords, by the way, or the Queen of Spades. So this could be his wife. It could be both of y'all trying to get back at each other. And what y'all need to do is get back at him. This card it says she's a backstabber. So this tells me it's somebody that you know. It depicts someone who is already attacked or someone who's about to attack. It represents someone in whom we trust who secretly wants to betray us. They will wear a mask of helpfulness and nicety so that you will lower your defenses and let the person in on their secrets. This person will then use their knowledge to inflict great pain upon you. It indicates ferocious gossip, slander, and unfriendliness from someone who has made it their life's goal to destroy your reputation and will stop at nothing until they have succeeded. In love, it represents betrayal and someone who wants to break up a couple, usually so that they can steal the partner. It can also represent an obnoxious ex-wife or girlfriend with an axe to grind. That's not what I'm picking up. This is somebody who wants to break up your relationship. It represents someone with serious emotional baggage. It represents false advice given with the malicious intention of leading you down the wrong path so that the other person can benefit in return. The Latin motto, Moris tua vita mea, translate loosely to, you must die so that I may live. It indicates vice, misogynistic attitude, and danger from all unknown forms. It gives a serious warning that there is danger lurking in an environment that is already part of your daily life, leisure activities, friends, or family. This danger is in the form of someone who nurtures a great hatred towards you and is difficult to unmask. And then comes the falsità, the lies, the deception. The Four of Diamonds. It is a card of lies, false adulation, and ulterior motives. It represents someone often very close, possibly a long-standing acquaintance or family member, who is two-faced and plotting against you. It is a card that represents murky, thorny situations woven with a tight web of lies and deceit. And often you are not even aware of the true state of affairs because these people are skilled and they know how to deceive you. It also represents someone who is taking advantage of your good trust and faith in them. Okay? This card implies envy, self-interest, deceitfulness, flattery, servility, and empty compliments. It represents someone with false intentions. Now, sometimes it can indicate partial blood ties. Sometimes. In love, it indicates infidelity, lies, and a partner with ulterior motive. It precludes the possibility of true love and foretells of the presence of a devious third person whose aim is to break up a couple. Well, that's what I said. You've been trying to do something to keep old dude with you. You done ran him off. He's going back to his family. But, you know, I think I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to pull 1 angel answer card and 1 romance angel card. Formulate your question for the angel answers. That's quite interesting. She is the antithesis of this. Formulate 1 question for the romance angels. I'm gonna reveal that to you in just a second, okay? Oh, there it is. This is very strange because the cards are almost the same thing. Perfect timing. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So maybe now that these cards have come out, it's the opposite. Maybe you're the wife, you've been giving this person grief, and they're going off to find somebody else. I mean, it could be anything, really, right? We'll start with the angel answer. As I said, this is general. It's not specific. This is just a story the cards are talking about. Perfect timing. This is the perfect timing for the situation you have asked about. Move forward with confidence. Do not delay or hesitate because an energy gateway is presently open for you. Conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, rest assured that you are. That's all the card says. Worth waiting for. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Your soulmate relationship requires patience as there are many factors involved. Your soulmate's, wrong card. Your soulmate's free will choices are beyond your or the angel's control, as is the readiness of both of you for true love. This card comes to you as a reminder that this relationship is worth waiting for. Divine timing is a universal law that is always in operation. It is a flow of everything. If we try to impose our human will and force things to happen, we become out of sync with nature and experience blockages. Similarly, if we fret, when will I meet my soulmate, we put worry energy into the universe. The romance angels have heard and answered your prayers for a soulmate, and they are working behind the scenes to bring this to you. Your role is to listen to and follow your intuition, even if it seems unrelated to your desire. Your intuition is like a guide dog, leading you along the path of answered prayers. Follow your intuition and trust in the timing of this relationship. Now, I want to be real clear here. This card, it says, they've answered your prayers for a soulmate, and they're working behind the scenes to bring this to you. Doesn't mean it's this guy. Okay? Soulmate relationships are the most difficult relationships. They are usually never romantic. Okay? What they are is two souls who come back together to agree to work out the karma. So if you hurt somebody else in a past life, okay, and you meet them again in this lifetime, they're coming back to hurt you. That way it equals out the karma. Right? Whatever you did to them in a past life, they're going to do something equally in this life that's going to hurt you the way that it hurt them in the past life. So, you know, I like to disavow people of the illusion that soulmate relationships are happily ever after, off into the sunset. You know, no, they're not always like that. Okay? And so just keep in mind that what I said stands true about this. This person is leaving, and I think that they are going back to their current, previous, former partner or spouse. They could also be leaving that person and coming to you, but it just doesn't, you know, I would reserve judgment. Let me put it that way. Okay, I would temper my expectations. Okay, and so that's not to say don't have hope. Okay, it's just temper your expectations. Be a bit realistic and consider what happens if you don't get your wish. All right, because sometimes, you know, the thing that we think we want the most, the universe doesn't grant us, but that's only because it really wasn't the thing for us. And that's the hard part that we have to learn. And so until next time, I hope this message helped. I really didn't mean to do a 40-minute reading, but there it is. So until next time, be well, stay safe, and happy new moon. I forgot to tell you guys, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, or you want more information about how to book with me, simply click on the eye that's going to show up there in the top right hand corner of this video, and that'll take you directly over to my website. So until next time, namaste.